Hey loves, and welcome back to my channel. It's Ijoma here, and in today's video we're going to learn how to make this dress with roses. The thing is, I was actually trying to copy that dress, but I think I ended up with something beautiful, somehow different. Not really different, it's the same thing, just that the color I used and then the size of my rose, but it is the same method. Now, this is the paper that we are going to be using. You can do freehand. I would have done freehand, but somehow, if I'm making tutorials, I like doing my markings on paper because it makes it clearer for my viewers to understand. I have three colors there. These are pieces that I picked up from my office. So I'm trying to manage it to come up with something. And the outcome was really beautiful. Now we are going to start drafting. So I'm going to divide my paper into two. I'll divide my hip by 4. Whatever I have, I'll use it to divide this paper into two. So my hip divided by 4 is 10.5. My hip is 42 divided by 4. That is 10.5. So I use 10.5 to divide my paper into two. One side for the front block, the other side for the back block. And if you have been following me recently, you will notice that I don't use the same half length for my front and my back. Because normally a woman's body is not equal front and back. Yeah, so my front half length is 17, my back half length is 15.5. I'll go ahead and place those measurements, and this is an off shoulder, so I took out 6 inches from the top of the paper before marking all these measurements. I took out 6 inches before I marked my bust point, under bust half length, and cool. So 2 inches above my bust point is my chest line. I'll label this is chest line, this is bust points, this is half length is 17, hip line is 27 inches, and full length, this one is my knee line, 37 inches, and then the full length, I made it 42 inches, okay? Remember that I took out 6 inches from the top of the paper before taking all these measurements. So I'll take out 6 inches from the back and I'll mark my chest line. I've already marked the chest line 8 inches. Then back half length is 15.5. Hip line for the back is 25.5. Knee line for the back is 35.5. Then the full length will be 41 and the full length will be 40.5, because the front and back will not be equal. After we use our side darts to make them equal. So I'm labeling the lines. After labeling all these lines, I am going to divide the paper into two. So now, after dividing that paper into two, I will start taking my body measurements. I'm not using underbust dart. I'm using a side dart for this. If I'm working with plain fabrics, most times I prefer side darts just to eliminate all those lines on the dress. I don't really like seeing so many lines on my dress. So now I will go ahead and divide my bust by 4. Waist by 4, hip divided by 4. I marked it at the full length. I'll take out 1.5 from whatever I marked on my hip, and I'll go ahead and connect. So I did not really do much. Just divide your bust by 4, divide your waist by 4 and mark, divide your hip by 4 and mark. Then at the full length, you will take out 1.5 from whatever you have on your hip measurements, okay? Yes, after dividing my hip by 4, I got 10.5. I took out 1.5 from it, and that is 9. So now for the neckline, I will use 6 inches from the center paper. I will come in by 6 inches and I will connect from that 6 inches to the chest line, and that will be the armhole line for this dress because it is an off shoulder dress. I hope you remember. So the width of the front neckline, it is a straight neckline at the front, so the width of the front neckline is 12 inches. On fold is 6 inches, so that's why I came in by 6 inches at the neckline, and then from that 6 inches I connected to my chest line. This is my side dart. From my bust points, I came down by 1.5, and that is for my side dart. We are done with the front. We are moving over to the back. So at the back, I'm not using any dart at all. The first thing that I'm going to do is to mark out my zipper allowance, that is 1.5. After coming in by the 1.5, I will connect my zipper allowance straight down. And then after the connection, from the zipper allowance, I will come in by 1 inch. From at the waistline of the zipper allowance, I will come in by 1 inch to avoid zipper bulge. I don't use that for my back all the time. But if you want, you can use back. You can use your back dart. But since I've gotten the accurate half length for the front and back, I can eliminate the back darts. So from the center of the paper, after zipper allowance, from the center of that, you come in by 1 inch and connect this way, then connect it down to your hip line. So this is our zipper bulge intake at the center back. Now I'll go ahead and take my bust divided by 4. I'll mark, that is 9. My waist divided by 4 plus 1 inch for that intake I did. Then my hip divided by 4. At the knee, I will take out 1 inch from whatever I marked, or 1.5 from whatever I marked at my hip measurement. So you can see that 1 inch zipper bulge intake I did at the center back, I replaced it at the side. I hope you understand. So now our neck width is still 6 inches, and I will connect to my chest line, and that is my armhole. So you can understand how I marked that off shoulder armhole. I hope you can see. So from the center of the paper, come in by 6 inches and then connect it to the chest line. The neckline of this dress is straight. You don't need to make it sweetheart or anything. Now we are going to start cutting. I'll cut out the front, I'll cut out the back, and then I'll cut out facing for all of them.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. We lay awake in bed. The laughs so loud as the hours pass. We're gonna do it all again. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just too high.
So now I am done cutting out the front and the back. I'll go ahead and cut out facing for all of them. So I'll go ahead and fold. This is the back facing. I'll cut the back facing, and that back facing will reach the armhole too, because I will use it to turn both the armhole. So I'll cut out the back facing. After that, I'll cut out the front, and it will also reach the armhole.
Hearts running wild, never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be, we're gonna be two hearts running wild.
Right now we are done with the cutting. I'll also notch my side that I'm not cutting the facing. I'll also notch my side that I brought it lower a little. So now it is time for the sleeve. So my round shoulder is 46 inches for my round shoulder. Then I used 12 for the front neckline, 12 for the back neckline. That is 24. So I will take out 24 from 46, and I will have 22 remaining. So that 22, I will share it for the both sleeve, the right sleeve and the left sleeve. So 22, if you share it into 2, it will be 11. So each sleeve will be 11 inches long, okay? Then the height is 3.5 plus allowance, or you can just use 3.5, and then by the time you shape it, you will have 3 inches, okay? So take out your neck width from your total round shoulder. Whatever you have remaining, divide it by 2, and that is what each sleeve will have. So I've cut out the piece that we use for the off shoulder sleeve. So now the first thing that I'm going to do is to pin down my facing. After pinning down the facing, I will go ahead and turn this sleeve. Like, I want to do inseam finishing for this sleeve, so I'll go ahead and turn my facing, and pin my facing, and then turn the sleeve. So now I am trying to cut out the pieces that we are going to use for the roses. So you should have, let's say, a minimum of 57 inches, 60 inches, like the length of each of the roses should be 60 inches long. Then on fold, it is 7 inches on fold. So I'm measuring 7 inches on fold. And I will combine the white and the red. So I'll cut out 7 inches, like each of them will be 7 inches on fold. Then the length should be up to 60 inches at least. Now I am cutting the red. After cutting the red, I'll also cut out the white.
The moonlight, summer sky, it was the best we ever had. And we'll stay young forever, whenever.
Now I am done cutting out the white. The next thing that I am going to do right now is to start sewing. So I'm going to pin the facing to each piece. Like this is the back, these are the back pieces. I'll go ahead and pin their facing. Like I'm trying to arrange the facing per piece. Okay. So after arranging the back, I'll arrange the front.
We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild, never sleep, never.
So I'm done arranging the bag. The next thing I'm going to do now is to mark out my dart. I like marking out my dart on fabric. This is the wrong side of the front. So I like marking out my dart on my fabric. So when it is time to sew on my machine, I don't have to start taking measurements. I brought out my side dart. I want it to be slanty. Yes, I brought down my side dart. The first one is too close to the bust point. I don't like it. So I'll place the paper and I'll use it to trace out my darts. I'll place it on the other side and I'll also use it to trace out my dart. That is how I normally mark my dart, so that once I go to my sewing machine to sew, I don't have to start taking measurements all over again. Then I'll go ahead and place the facing and pin it down. Now I am done turning the sleeve. The sleeve is the first thing I turned. I'll go ahead and turn the front sleeve, sorry. After turning the sleeve, like the top, after turning the sleeve, I'll come back. So these are the both sleeves. I'm done turning them. I'll go ahead and pin them directly to the armhole of the dress, so that when I'm joining the facing to the dress, I will use the facing to turn the armhole too. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So you can see I'm placing this sleeve around that armhole area. I'm placing the sleeve around the armhole. Then after placing it, I will use facing to cover it. When it is time to sew, I will use this facing to turn both the armhole and the neckline at the same time, so nobody will see where I joined my sleeve from. That's the reason why I placed the sleeve before covering it with the facing. I hope you understand. So if I'm going to sew, I'll just turn everything. Now I'll bring out the other side of the sleeve and I will get my back pieces. Like I will place my back pieces and then the facing will cover the sleeve. I hope you understand.
As we shot from the top, we're gonna be two hearts running wild. We're gonna be. We're gonna be two hearts running wild.
So now I'm done. I'm going to go to my sewing machine and turn the facing and the armhole. So now the neckline and the arm. So now I'm done turning the neckline and the armhole. You can see that no one will really see where I fixed those sleeves from. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do is to close the zipper allowance. These are the back pieces, right? I'll go ahead and place them together like this, and then I will measure out the zipper allowance. I'll measure out the zipper allowance and then I'll close my zipper allowance.
Two hearts running wild. We're gonna be. We're gonna
after closing the zipper allowance, I will start turning and closing all my pieces, like all these pieces. I'll go ahead and turn each end, just the end. Like after turning the end, I will now turn to the right side and run a stitch on it on the right side. Like the only thing I'm turning here are the ends, just the ends of each of these pieces. Then after, you turn to the right side and use your stitch to stitch it straight. Now this is the dress. I am done pinning the zipper allowance, so I'll go ahead and take my body measurement at once. I've also fixed my side dart, so I'll just go ahead and shape the dress. I'm taking my body measurements. After that, I will shape the dress and then I'll iron.
Two hearts running wild.
I am done shaping the dress, and this is like all we have to do. And you can, the sleeve area is clean because I turned that sleeve with facing. This is the back and our dress is ready. You can see the neckline is straight. Now the next thing that we are going to move to is the roses. Now I am done turning the end, like the end of each of these pieces, and then I ran a stitch to hold it down. I have about 16 inches each. So now the next thing is to go and gather. Like, they are still in their straight form. We are going to gather it first of all. Like, you're going to make gathers first of all, yes. After making the gathers, each gather should be like 14 inches long. After making all the gathers, then I will come back and we will start making our roses.
We're gonna be two hearts running wild.
So now we are done making our roses. The next thing is to fold and tack. So before we start folding all these pointy ends, we are going to fold all the pointy ends first of all. So if I measure each of them, they are like 14 inches long before I start folding the roses. So let's start with this one. We are going to fold the pointy part first, like that pointy part of the rose. We are going to fold it and then you will tack. I don't think I have to talk much. You can just watch me as I do it. Like if you fold, you will tack. If you fold, you will tack. Like you just fold it like a circle. So you can see how I'm folding it. Yes, you fold and you hold it and tack. After tacking this one, I will start with the other one too.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild.
So now these are the trimmings that I'm going to use to cover up the rough edges. After tacking, the center will be open. So these are the trimmings that I will use to cover. I will use my heel gum to place it. If you want to tack it, you can tack it also. Yeah, so I'm done with this one. I'll go ahead and continue with the other ones. Yeah, so this is the red one. First of all, you fold the pointy parts and then you make a circle and you start tacking. Make sure you tack very well. So fold the pointy part for you. See the way I folded it in. Fold it in, tack, and then you start making other folds.
Higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. laugh so loud as the hours pass. We're gonna do it all again. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be, we're gonna be two hearts running wild. The moonlight, summer sky, it was the best we ever had. And we'll stay on forever. We'll never have regrets. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. We're gonna be, we're gonna be two hearts running wild.
So now I'm done making the roses. The next thing that we are going to do is to place them on the dress. So I'll get my dress. This is the dress. I'll open up the zipper allowance first of all. After opening up the zipper allowance, I'll place the roses according to the design I want the dress to have. My rose is actually big. If you want your own rose to be small, when you are cutting it on fold it should be like 5 inches, okay? But my own is up to 7 inches because it is big. But if you want to make it small, you can make it 5 inches on fold. So now I'll go ahead and place the roses according to where I want them to be. You will pin first of all, like pin all the roses first of all. Then after that, you can now start tacking. Like you need to pin first of all so that you can have like a clear view of what your dress looks like, okay? So after that, you go ahead and tack. Yes.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire.
So now I'm done pinning, and I think I like what I have at the front. I have one remaining because I needed more, but I'm managing my fabric. But at the end of the day, the dress came out really beautiful with just the 3 roses at the front. But if you want to add more roses, if you have enough fabric, you complete it. I made this dress for tutorial sake, not like I'm wearing it, but I love the outcome. So thank you all so much, and see you all in my next class. Bye.